Hey guys, Nova back, this time with a DVD and movie review update, so let's just get started. These are kind of the movies I watched recently, so I figured I'd talk about them. First up, Day of the Dead 2, Contagium. Um, yeah, it sucks. I think it would have done a lot better if they didn't put Day of the Dead in the title, maybe just call it, Contagium, because when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, the cover looks sweet. And then you can start to watch it, and you're like, oh, not really anything to do with Day of the Dead. But it's okay. Movie's about like some mental hospital people. They come across a container that has this virus that kind of like starts the zombie apocalypse. And the acting is terrible. The effects are good, kind of. I read somewhere this movie cost $9 million to make. I'm not sure how that's possible, but apparently they did. As a zombie movie, it's okay. I would definitely pass on it. Up next, Dario Argento's The Card Player. It's not that good either. There's two really cool scenes in it. One of them is where the girl cop is in her apartment. That scene's really cool. And there's also another scene where this guy is kind of like running through an alley. That one's pretty cool. But other than that, it's kind of terrible. It's about a killer who kind of taunts police with like video poker. And if they can actually beat him at video poker, he'll actually let these people go. Pass. Up next, this is one of my Big Lots update. But Skinwalkers, I watched it the other day. It's a werewolf movie. It's pretty bad too. The best part about it has to do with Rick Baker doing the makeup effects for the werewolves. They look really cool. I will say they look really good. The movie itself, very contrived, you've seen it before. It's kind of about like these two sets of werewolves who one set kind of like embrace the werewolfism, and the other pack doesn't. And they come across this boy who can get rid of werewolves altogether, and so the bad guys are trying to kill the little boy. The other one's trying to keep him alive. Pretty bad, very contrived. Werewolf effects pretty cool. Most of them were practical. There's a few scenes that have CGI werewolves, mostly some of the action scenes like the werewolves falling down and stuff like that. Definitely a lot better than I thought it was going to be, but you can definitely pass. There's better werewolf movies out there. Up next, now, surprisingly, a lot of people recommend this movie a lot. This is Borderland. Saying it's pretty good. This is one of the 8 films to die for. And I thought it was okay. I just didn't think it was that good. I thought it was kind of boring at parts. It's about some students who go to Mexico, and I think it's like graduation time or something, and so they're out there to have fun, and one of their friends gets kidnapped by this leader of a cult. The friend actually being Ryder Strong. He was in Boy Meets World and Cabin Fever and stuff like that. And so it's about the other two people kind of like finding out who the cult is and why they're being ran and stuff like that. It kind of gets kind of like demonic towards the end, which I guess is why it's kind of like a horror movie, kind of. But Borderland, it was okay. I wouldn't. If you're like a fan of cult movies, I'd probably buy it. But other than that, I'm just kind of glad I only spent $3. Up next is another Dario Argento movie. This is Giallo. I know a lot of people haven't heard of this or seen this or knew it was released. It's done through Maya Entertainment. The DVD kind of sucks. I think right now it's actually out of print already. But I think this is Dario Argento's latest movie. It's about a guy, a serial killer, of course. His nickname is Giallo, Giallo meaning yellow, who finds and kidnaps these models and kills them and tortures them and stuff like that. Adrian Brody's in this movie. I usually like Adrian Brody, but he's pretty bad in this. He's very, very wooden. The girl's kind of forgettable too. All around, it's kind of a bad movie. I can't actually remember any like standout scenes in this one like I can in The Card Player. So I would definitely pass on this. Unless you're a Dario Argento completist. But Giallo, meh. Up next, The Dead Next Door. This is an Anchor Bay release. I've always seen this movie around. I just never bothered watching it. So I saw it on eBay, and I think it cost me like 99 cents or something. So I decided to get it. And it's a zombie movie. It's actually pretty good, very low budget. Apparently it took the guy, his name is J.R. Bookwalter, 4 years to make it. It's kind of a nationwide attack of zombies. And some of the coolest scenes are like zombies at the White House and stuff like that, because they weren't supposed to be there. So it kind of like, run and gunned it. But definitely a good, low, independent zombie movie. If you're kind of a new fan of zombies, you probably might find this a little boring. But if you're an old school 80s fan, you'll love it. Dead Next Door. And this one I'm going to get a lot of crap for liking, but it was The Haunting of Winchester House. This is one of those Asylum titles. The Asylum does those blockbuster mockumentary, or whatever you want to call them. What they call, I forget what they're called. But they kind of like make rip-off movies based off Hollywood blockbusters. And like Transformers, the Asylum made Transmorphers, stuff like that. I actually like The Asylum. I thought this movie was actually okay for a very low budget movie, directed by Mark Atkins. The ending totally rips off from The Sixth Sense. I guess that's kind of a spoiler, but I could have done without the ending. They probably should have did something else, because the movie itself was pretty cool. It was nicely shot for an independent, low-budget movie. So, Haunting of Winchester House. I think I got this from Walmart, $5 or something like that. Not as bad as people say. So that's pretty good. And lastly, I got and watched Satan's Blood, which is a Mondo Macabro title. This is the first release that I've actually gotten from this company. This is a Spanish, 1977 movie done by Carlos Porta, and it's very sleazy. It's pretty awesome, actually. It's about a couple who are driving around town. They come across another couple, and that couple says, "Oh, I knew you from college," but then the guy was like, I don't remember that guy ever, But they're like, "Oh, you should come visit our house," and stupidly they go, and you're like, not very smart people. So they go and they come across they're like members of a satanic cult, and there's a pretty good orgy scene between the two couples if you're into that kind of sleaze. The ending kind of bizarre, but I always knew Mondo Macabro, the DVD company. I knew they'd been around, but this is my first title of them. I actually loved it. Pretty good quality for a movie like this. I actually ordered another one, which is like something middle. I got it was like $7. It was really cheap. And so I think if that one's good, I'm gonna keep buying their titles. So they're pretty good. So yeah, I was saying Blood. I recommend it. It's pretty good. Very good sleaze. But yeah, that was my update. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna watch a lot more. So thanks for watching, subscribing. Got any comments on any of the movies that I reviewed, or something that you would like me to watch? Go ahead and leave a comment, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.